Hi, welcome back. In this example, today we'll be creating how to create foliages on a larger scale surfaces like this. Like, you see here, we have a huge terrain and you want to create some, trees, plants, herbs and all onto your environment instead of, painting with a regular procedural method right now. So let's get started with this. I'm going to the day 4 folder, sorry, day 6 folder. I'm creating a new level right here and creating a new open world and say, okay, let's start with this. So for this, we require a procedural method. So let me explain it now. First of all, we required some static meshes actually there. So consider that we have static mesh 1, static mesh 2, static mesh 3, something like this. You can have n number of meshes with you. So later, what you require is all these surfaces has to attach to a procedure called as procedural spawner. Right. So these all go to your option called procedural spawner. So where it'll be like spawning this tree, and this tree, and so on, other elements, into this one. And finally, it will reach to your procedural foliage volume. So which is your procedural foliage volume, procedural underscore spawner. Procedural spawner. So this is your procedural static measures, and then it goes to your spawner, and then we're going to create a procedural foliage volume at the end right now. So let's start building these things first, and then we go here, and then we'll add to this procedural foliage volume. So let's get start creating this material, these surfaces here right now. So once we have, so right click here on the basics. Again, I'm going to create here, and then this, can you see right now there's an option called foliage, and there's an option called static mesh. Now it's under the foliage mode right now. So first what you're doing is we're creating a static mesh foliage. Click here, and then say it as TRE underscore 01. Good. Now double click on this one. Now it's asking for like static mesh right now. What to what to be visible on your viewport. So come back to here this thing. So I have some measures actually from marketplace. I have downloaded some materials right now. So you can go to the vegetation. I have some color trees right there. So I'll be picking all first elements here, maybe this, maybe this, maybe this, something like this, all three of them together. So come to element basics. So this one is already selected, right? And then go ahead and use this as your static mixture. So maybe I can just drop it on top. Go to here on top, vegetation, pick this one, drop it onto your tree one, and then add it to this. So this is the static mesh has been added now. And hit the button called save as of now. Next is come back to this day 6. I'll be duplicating this to another 2 or 3 more actually. So select this one right now, right click, and say copy and duplicate, or you can use an option called Control D in a keyboard. So tree 2, tree 3, it automatically renames it. Now come back to this vegetation again, and before that, enable your 2 and enable your 3, 1, 2. So come back to the vegetation here again. So I'm picking this orange one right there. Go to the tree 2 and attach to this. And the same. Come back to the 4th, picking the green one. Maybe this last one should looks good. Pick the 4th one, 3rd one here, and then to this one. So if you see here again, let me say this. So like this, we have tree 1 and tree 2 and tree 3. We have all the trees has been saved under your static mesh foliages here. So like this, you can create as many as you can to your multiples now. Once that is done, next another option is to start creating them into our spawner, which is your foliage spawner, which will be creating a procedural foliage spawner. So now we created this first step right now. This is the first step, right? And now we are going to enter the second step right now. So it's creating a spawner right there. So come back here, right click, come back to the foliage again, use an option called procedural foliage spawner. Create it and it will be there. In case you want to rename it, just make sure do that and then hitting save all. So select it, double click on top of it. Now, as we remember, we have three trees there, 1, 2, 3. So under the spawner also, what we need to do is we need to add three different foliage types actually. So go ahead and click on 1, 2, and 3. So now come back here, pick the tree one, add to your foliage spawner there. So maybe I can just, I think this is screen is stucking. Yeah. Okay, so come back here. So I have the tree one, connect to the tree one there, tree two, and tree three. This has been connected. Now that's all good. Now hit the button called save altogether. Now you can see this, we have an option called number of units, size, tile size, and also on there. Let's find out. So just leave this thing to as it is as to the defaults. Next, and the last final step is we need to create a procedural foliage volume. You can able to get it from here. Procedural. You can see right now we have an option called procedural foliage volume. Enable it. So it's a small box right now, what you see here, which is a small one, which is here on top. So now go ahead and start increasing it to a little bigger. Let's say 500 by 500 by 500. So we have a little bit bigger space of your volume. That's fine. So maybe I'm just dropping it to 100 something. Okay, let's in different direction. I think you know axis. Maybe let's say 100 right now. That's pretty good. So you see it's been covering the maximum space here, the volume. Yeah, that's fine. Once it is there, now what we need to do is we need to start adding the spawner into this volume right now. So once you select this procedural foliage volume, right, select it and scroll down, you'll be searching for an option called foliage spawner. So connect this procedural foliage under this particular tab. That's good. And let's hit save one more time. And now I think it's saving day 6 and say it as procedural foliage volume. I'm saving on the level on that. Perfect. We have it. And then use an option called and say re-simulate. Now it just takes a time. And you see right now, it's completely added your environment with all your trees there. Right? Now, in case you want something like procedural kill volume, what you can just do is again you can go ahead and set as procedural. Can you see right now we have an option called kill volume also. I can see somewhere. Let me see. Blockage volume, I think. Search for the procedural blockage. Yeah, we have it under the procedural foliage blockage volume. So just add to it and set up in a keyboard. So make sure it's touches your ground. Maybe I'll just go down. Maybe under the bottom. Blockage volume. And then you can just increase it by 250. Let's say 250, 100, 100 or something. So you can just put your volume inside. If in a keyboard, make sure it's been getting intersected overlapping. And then we have this element here. Right. We set reproducible volume. I think it should be visible right now. And then go back to procedural volume once again and hit the option called resimulate one more time. Can you see that? the area of procedural blockage was done our part. What if in case if I slightly move a little inside and then come back to your main procedural volume and use a button called resimulate. You see, I try to start, killing our space. Next, what if in case the volume is fine and you see the good amount of trees and all, but you want the less density right now. So that you have to go to individual trees right now, go to tree one and search for density. So can you see right now we have a higher density right now. Let's make it like say 0.1 right now and then say save it. Go to tree 2 and search for density. Let's say 0.3, enter and then say save it. And then go to tree 3 and say that's density and then saying that's 0.25, something like this. Enter and say save it one more time. Now come back to your procedural volume one more time and use what I call resimulate. Now you can see it nicely. Those elements as reduced the units, and we have a very smaller trees and all. So that's how we can just directly connect it with help of procedural volume, and can create spawners and then define volume and then say procedural foliage blockage volume also. Hope this session will help you out in creating painting your large landscapes. We'll catch you in the next lesson. Thanks for watching.